Everyone planning for retirement asks the same two questions. When do I get Medicare? That's 65. When do I take Social Security? That's 62, maybe 67. And people build their entire retirement around those two numbers. But there's a third age almost nobody talks about, and for your money it matters more than both of them, because it's the age your own savings finally unlock, 59 and a half. Until that birthday, the money in your 401k and your IRA is technically yours, but if you touch it, the IRS charges you a 10% penalty just for the privilege on top of the regular taxes. Hit 59 and a half, and that penalty disappears. The door opens. And here's the part that should make you lean in. There's a rule that can open that door years earlier at 55, and most people have never heard of it. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what unlocks at 59 and a half, the 10% trap that catches early retirees, the side door at 55, the secret tunnel for people who retire even earlier, and two retirees who learned all of this. One the easy way and one the hard way. No hype. Just the rules that decide when you can actually use your own money. Let's get into it. Retirement isn't one finish line. It's a maze of ages, and each one does something different. At 62, you can first claim Social Security, but at a permanent discount. At 65, Medicare kicks in. At 67, for most people, Social Security pays in full. And at 73, the government forces you to start pulling money out whether you want to or not. Those are the ages everybody quotes. But notice what's missing from that list. Not one of them is about reaching the money you actually saved. Your 401k, your IRA, the accounts you fed for 30 years. The age that unlocks those is the one nobody puts on the poster, 59 and a half. And if you don't know how it works, it can quietly cost you thousands or freeze you out of your own money for years. So let's walk through the lock. Here's the rule that catches people. If you pull money out of a traditional 401k or IRA before age 59 and a half, the IRS hits you with a 10% early withdrawal penalty, and that's on top of the regular income tax you already owe. Picture it. You retire at 57 and you need $50,000 to get through the year. You pull it from your IRA, right off the top, $5,000 vanishes as a penalty before a single dollar goes to taxes. That's $5,000 donated to the government for the crime of using your own savings a couple of years early. The penalty exists to stop people from raiding their retirement at 40, but it lands hardest on the honest early retiree who simply didn't know the door wasn't open yet. And that's the trap, because there are perfectly legal ways around it that most people never learn. Then comes the birthday that changes everything, 59 and a half. On that day, the 10% penalty is gone. You can withdraw from your 401k and your IRA without it, period. You'll still owe ordinary income tax on traditional accounts because that money was never taxed. But a Roth you've held at least 5 years comes out completely tax-free. This is the moment your retirement money actually becomes spendable. No penalty, no strings. For a lot of people, real financial freedom doesn't start at 65 when Medicare shows up. It starts right here at 59 and a half when the vault finally opens. But what if you retire before that? What if you're done at 56 or 52? You are not stuck. There are two more doors. The first one is called the Rule of 55, and it's the most useful retirement rule almost nobody knows. Here's how it works. If you leave your job, whether you quit, retire, or get laid off in or after the year you turn 55, you can take penalty-free withdrawals from that employer's 401k right away. No waiting until 59 and a half. The door opens 4.5 years early. But read the fine print because it's specific. It only applies to the 401k at the job you just left, not your IRAs and not 401ks from old employers. You have to fully separate from the company. Going part-time doesn't count. And if you're in public safety, like police or firefighters, that age drops to 50. The taxes still apply, but the penalty is waived. It's a legal side door, sitting right there, and hardly anyone walks through it. And if you retire even earlier before 55, there's still a way in. It's called a 72T, or substantially equal periodic payments. The idea is simple. You commit to pulling a fixed amount out of your IRA every year, calculated by an IRS formula based on your age and balance, and in exchange, they waive the 10% penalty, even though you're under 59 and a half. But this one is strict, so respect it. You have to keep those payments going for at least 5 years, or until you reach 59 and a half, whichever is longer. And if you break the schedule even once, miss a payment or change the amount, the IRS reaches back and charges you the penalty on every dollar you've taken, retroactively, with interest. It's a powerful tunnel for true early retirees, but only for the ones with a plan. Let me show you what not knowing this costs. Meet David. David retired at 57, proud and a little unprepared, and he had no idea what 59 and a half meant. So he did what felt natural. When a big expense came up, he pulled $20,000 from his IRA and got blindsided by a $2,000 penalty he never saw coming, on top of the tax. And it got worse. Spooked by that penalty, David decided his retirement accounts were untouchable. So to cover his bills, he claimed Social Security early, at 62, locking in a smaller check for the rest of his life, when a smarter bridge would have let him wait. He had options the whole time. He just didn't know the ages. Now meet Susan. Same savings, same situation, but she knew the rules. Susan left her job at 56, and because she understood the rule of 55, she drew from that 401k penalty-free to bridge the gap, just enough to cover the few years until 59 and a half. No penalty. And because she had that income, she didn't have to grab Social Security early, so she let it keep growing. By the time she hit 59 and a half, everything was unlocked, her Social Security was bigger, and she'd never handed the IRS a dollar she didn't owe. Same age as David, same accounts. She just knew which door to use. So here's the truth nobody puts on the retirement poster. 65 gets all the headlines. 62 gets all the anxiety. But 59 and a half is the age that quietly decides when you can actually spend the money you spent decades building. Know your ages. Know that the door opens at 59 and a half. Know that the rule of 55 can open it earlier, and a 72T earlier still, if you plan for it. Because the cruelest thing in retirement isn't running out of money. It's sitting on money you're too afraid to touch, or paying a penalty you never needed to pay, all because of one number nobody bothered to tell you about. Now you know it. One last thing, and it matters. Most people only learn this stuff after it's too late to fix it. So if you're anywhere near retirement, subscribe. Every week I break down one more of these money decisions in plain English, so you see it coming while you can still do something about it. Don't learn it the hard way. I'll see you in the next one.